Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of the 1st of April. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts, and I'm not here to issue trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at chartingthemarkets.substack.com. It's published on YouTube after a delay of 24 hours. Oh, by the way, you can write in your name on the... If when you join the webinars here, you can write in your name and then I can say it. All right, great. Let's have a look at the let's have a look at what's happening on the futures now. I've got all the new monthly pivots on everything, which has taken a while this morning. And we had, obviously yesterday, we had a double bottom that has broken up, that has made target. We're testing the new monthly pivot. And we've got a week 60-minute sell signal brewing, which may fix when we get to the end of this hour. We shall see how that goes. But I am thinking that after a cascade up from the bottom, going up to 250 points or something, we're probably overdue for a retracement. And I'm thinking this signal may be giving us that retracement. On NQ, we have a similar signal. We had another double bottom, and that's now made the full target. Testing the monthly pivot as well. On RTY, testing the monthly pivot, we've broken up. This is a larger double bottom because the structure was very similar on ES and in Q, but rather different on RTY and YM. But we've broken up from a double bottom here. We will see. We're testing the daily middle band, but we haven't got a sell signal. Oh no, we do have a possible sell signal brewing here. We didn't have one, but we do have one now. So YM, we've got a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing here as well. Hasn't fixed yet, and we'll find out whether or not it will fix in about 13 minutes. But at the moment, that's looking pretty good. I'll probably redraw and send these out with these signals with the email, which will be coming out at about 20 past 9, I think. All right, looking at DAX, no divergence, kind of looks like a bear flag. ESTX, no divergence, kind of looks like a bear flag. Nikkei, this could be read as a double bottom, but I don't like it when the second low is higher than the first one. So at the moment, I'm thinking this is, well, because that leaves the possibility that what you're actually looking at is a bear flag. So I'm thinking that might be a bear flag too. In the short term, all this negative divergence is suggesting we will see some pullback today, which would not be surprising at all. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. On SPX, I'm thinking that into the end of the trading tomorrow, i.e. basically into the holiday, that we may well be looking at a test of the obvious double resistance above on SPX and NQ, and that is at the junction of the 50 DMA and the 200 DMA and the daily middle band, which on SPX are in the 66.34 to 38 area, and on Qs are in the 591, 592 area. So I'm leaning towards that being the main resistance and those being tested. What that says on the others is that Dyer may see it's testing the 200 DMA now. It's going to be testing, goes a bit higher. It's going to be testing the daily middle band. It does suggest that if we're going to make those targets on SPX and Qs, depending on the relative speeds of the indices, we could well see a break above here, and that we very much may see a break above on IWM, which is already at the close yesterday testing the daily middle band as resistance. We've also got a potential fairly substantial double bottom here on IWM, which in the event of a breakup could take us much of the way back to the all-time high. In terms of that, what I would say is, what I was saying in my post yesterday was that if we see a sustained break back up over this double resistance here, then that could end the downtrend and set up a retest of the all-time high. And I'm seeing exactly the same thing on the Qs. I'd also be looking for a reversal pattern and so on, but basically the big resistance, the main resistance, is there. If we have a sustained break back over it, chances are this downtrend is over. I'm doubtful about that. The rockets are still flying. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed. There is currently appears to be no plan to open the Strait of Hormuz, and it remains to be seen whether what the U.S. administration is saying about just pulling out without opening the Strait of Hormuz is just a ruse before it puts ground troops in somewhere, which it might be. But I am optimistic that won't, if that is going to happen, that won't happen before Easter, or at least not before the market close tomorrow. So I'm optimistic we can get that rally into the Easter weekend. After that, well, all bets are off. And once we're at resistance, obviously, my lean would be we're probably going to fail, but obviously there's always a chance we're going to break up. All right, let's have a look at the other charts. Let's have a look at DX. DX, we've got a potential level top here. And I'm wondering about a significant retracement further. I'm thinking this likely last days, and I would say also that for looking at the US dollar post I did last week. If you have a look at the chart of what happened after the invasion of Ukraine and the oil shock, then we had the trend which lasted the longest was the uptrend on the dollar. I'm thinking this may well have significant legs left in it, and I'm still liking the upside on here, or at least a serious crack at making that bull flag target. Short term, not an awful lot to see on the others. USD, possible 6-minute sell signal brewing. We haven't made the flag target, which was down at a retest of this low. We did make that on GBP. On USD JPY, we got a potential level top here and a 60-minute buy signal fixed. USD CAD, 60-minute sell signals reached possible near miss target. Seeing a bit of a retracement here, but not a great deal. I'm not seeing much sign of a big reversal here apart from the potential level top on DX. We will see. All right, ZB. I've actually got a buy signal, a daily RSI 5 buy signal fixed on TLT. I've got daily sell signals on the RSI 5 fixed on TLX and TYX. I'm leaning towards the bonds seeing more of a rally, in which case, of course, ZB, we've got a double bottom here, which has got a target in the 115.26 area. I'm thinking that target may well be made. Short term, we've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed, and we may need to play that out before that delivers. Equally, the setup could just fail, or we could head lower, and the buy signals might survive. But the obvious lean here on the signals is that we see more of a rally here. ZN, buy signals reached possible near miss target. Kind of a messy double bottom that might be breaking up here, but it's not nearly as nice as the ZB one. Looking at Brent almost made a retest of the March 9th spike high here. Didn't quite make it, but came very, very close. Looking at CL, didn't come close there, but of course CL, this is basically West Texas Intermediate, and of course that, as you might guess from the name, mainly comes from the US. So we've not got the same kind of pressure on light crude as we have on the other oils here. So I'm still thinking we may well go back and make a new all-time high here, but because all of them are related, but the one that's individually in least trouble is obviously West Texas Intermediate. In terms of HO, sell signal made target, potential level top here. Haven't quite retested the first high though, but we have long since retested the high on the 9th of March. We've done the same on RBOB. Again, nicer looking possible level top here. Sell signal made target. Sell signals made target on. We have one CL, yeah, made target on CL, HO, and RBOB. And did we have one on coil? Yeah, we did, but that's not made target yet. So looking at NG, this is clearly not being affected by what's happening in the Strait of Hormuz. Most ordinary natural gas just goes through pipes and won't be affected by the Strait of Hormuz. What this is affecting is liquid natural gas, which I don't think is covered in this future. Looking at GC, we've got an IHS which is broken up with a target in the 51.11 area, and I am liking that to make target. We've got a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing. We might be seeing a retracement first. SI looks like a bear flag. Palladium looks like a bear flag. Platinum looks like a bear flag. Copper looks like a bear flag. Wondering about more downside on all of these. We've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed on copper, and we've got a weak 60-minute sell signal fixed on platinum. All right, looking at the other commodities, we've got KC, this looks like an overall bear flag forming. Sugar, I'm thinking may well have more legs to the upside. We've just got a monthly RSI 5 buy signal fixed. We've got a little sell signal which made target here, but we've got a fair amount of indication we're going to see a bigger rally on sugar. These monthly RSI 5 buy signals do tend to deliver. I mean, they might take quite a while to deliver, but they do tend to deliver. I've got 5 on the on looking back on the monthly chart I'm using there, and they all made target. All right, looking at CC, leaning towards this being an A, B, C with a higher high coming. CT, we've got a bit of a retracement here. Sell signal made target. Not sure it's going to get any further than that. Lumber. Leaning towards seeing a retest of this high. This could be the second high of a double top, although it's a bit oversized. Wheat looks like a bullish consolidation. Corn looks like a bullish consolidation. Soy, on the bigger picture, looks as though it may well be forming an inverted head and shoulders right shoulder, so we'd come down a little lower here. So this looks like a bear flag, and I'm leaning fairly confidently towards a test of this double top target in the 117 to 120.75 area, very possibly as part of a larger IHS forming. ZL, keeping an open mind, this could be a flag forming. We could be setting up for retest this high. In part, this will go with soy as and when. Live cattle, I was saying that we could have a double top here when we retested this high, or we could just continue higher. At the moment, we appear to be taking the continue higher route. On HE, we've got a very nice looking ABC bull flag here. I'm leaning towards this bottoming out, possibly with a retest of this low, and then continuing up into a retest of this high here and the 112 area. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions, of which we have none. In which case, I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, cheers.